Welcome to Q&A, Social Security Disability Today. This program is brought to you by the Reeves Law Firm, representing you and your Social Security and disability needs. If you have a problem or questions regarding Social Security and disability, call attorney Anthony Reeves. Here's your host, attorney Anthony Reeves.
Okay. What is the waiting period? I'm going to be the first to tell you, out of all the years that I've been doing this, the waiting period is the most annoying thing I've ever seen. But I understand it's a necessary beast because of the philosophy behind it. When you apply for Social Security disability insurance benefits, not SSI, but SSDI, and they find you disabled, typically what happens is that you tell them a date that you were disabled retroactively. And if the court or Social Security finds that you were disabled on that date, they will start benefits effectively on the 6th month after the 5-month waiting period. So if you say you became disabled in January 1, 2014 and you filed in August of 2014, then what would happen is if they found you disabled, you would not receive benefits for January 1, February 1, March 1, April 1, May 1. So you'll get a retroactive paycheck from June 1. And you're thinking, well, that doesn't make any sense. I said, nah, it is what it is. But the waiting period presumptively takes the consideration that, and it was funny because the way it was explained to me years ago was that there's this thought process that the persons who work and pay into the system should have a certain amount of money set aside anyway. So that waiting period is really taking into consideration that money that they should have available, which makes no sense whatsoever because most people don't have that when they get there. But it is what it is, hasn't changed. Also, it sets the date for when your benefits become active, also for purposes of Medicare. And so for Social Security's purposes, like in the example I gave you, 5 months waiting period would be from January 1 through the end of May, and then you get benefits starting June 1 of 2014. And if it's disability insurance benefits like we're talking about, June 2016 is when you would be eligible for Medicare. Don't try to understand the waiting period because most people are like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Just know that if you're applying for DIB or SSDI, that if Social Security finds you disabled, they're going to tack on a 5-month waiting period where you get no benefits during that window. And it's within 5 months, the first full 5 months after the date you're found disabled. What do I mean by first full 5 months? In the example I gave you, I said you were disabled on January 1. Correct? Well, it's going to sound stupid, but if you were found disabled on January 2, you don't get credit for the month of January because it's not a first full month. If it was January 1, it's the first full month. January 2, then your 5-month waiting period would be February, March, April, May, June. You wouldn't get benefits again until July. See how weird that is? You're like, wait a minute. So one day could throw me off and possibly knock off a month? Yep, sure can. So just keep that in the back of your mind when you're trying to figure out the waiting period. And like I said, don't try to understand the nature of the beast. Just know, if you're applying for SSDI, there's a waiting period that's attached to it, and it's within 5 months after the onset date of your disability. Going back.